Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the first battery-powered video doorbell released by Reolink. This has been a long time in the coming, and Reolink have been working on improving the efficiency and onboard image processing before releasing this device, so that it meets and even exceeds customer expectations. Now the device has officially been out for 4 to 5 months, but there have been issues with the original devices, and hence we have not reviewed them on the channel. In this video, we'll identify these issues and show you if they have been resolved, along with all the features, the hardware, the setup, the unique app features, and the testing of the unit under different conditions. Then I'll round off with my thoughts as to if you should consider this for the front of your home. But before we get there, let's have a look at what this 2K video doorbell is all about. The Reolink powered battery video doorbell records in 2K video quality from its 4 megapixel sensor that provides 2048 by 2048 at 15 frames per second with an aspect ratio of 1:1. That's 150 degrees vertical and 150 degrees horizontal field of view, and all viewed and recorded in HDR for extra clarity in high contrast, difficult lighting conditions. To transfer this high-resolution video, the device is fitted with 2.4 GHz for range and 5 GHz Wi-Fi for excellent throughput. This is something that you'll really appreciate for those of you that live in congested 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi areas. And to power all this technology is a 7,000 mAh battery that Reolink says will last you up to 6 months. In my testing, that's a little optimistic, but expect between 4 and 6 months with reasonable usage of a few presses or detections a day. Remember to leave enough time to recharge, as it can take a few hours to charge the battery with the included USB-C cable and a power pack, which is not included. Also remember that if you don't want to take advantage of the battery, you can always wire up to an existing 8 to 24 volts AC or 20 volts DC and have permanent power, although continuous recording is not included. Maybe this will change in a firmware update later on. This also gives you the advantage of using your existing chime. While on the topic, a chime is not included, but one can be purchased separately, hence saving you money by selling you the devices that you need and avoiding adding to the tech landfill. The doorbell can accommodate up to 256 GB of storage on board for local recordings, but when integrated with the Reolink Home Hub, reviewing the pop-up above, or the Reolink MVR, then it can offload these recordings centrally and hence negate the need for local storage. The device is IP65 water rated, so it can take whatever weather is thrown at it, and comes with 6 quick replies for instant responses.
I'm sorry. I think you've knocked on the wrong door.
Hi, we'll be right there. Please wait a moment. Please leave the package at the door. We'll get it later. Hi, we'll be right there. Please wait a moment.
And as usual with Reolink, the device is compatible with Google Home, Amazon Alexa, and most importantly, it's fully compatible locally through Home Assistant. And as such, Reolink are my preferred option for battery or solar-powered security cameras. Links in the description to the playlist. In the box, you get the usual paperwork and the doorbell itself, which is the usual flat tic-tac adopted by most video doorbells. Then you have a flat mounting, along with an angle wedge mounting, plus various different wires and connectors to wire to your existing wiring. Then there is an overlarge quick release pin, more on that later, and various screws and raw plugs. The chime shown is sold separately. At the top, you have the camera lens. Around the lens, you have twin microphones to the left and right, with a status light above the lens. Under this, you have the PIR sensor to detect motion and the infrared LEDs for night vision below this. Below the infrared LEDs is an ambient light sensor. Then you have the button, which can be illuminated continuously or, when pressed, configurable from within the software. The unit is 160mm tall by 48mm wide and 29.5mm deep, so it's trim enough to fit into the sleek category, but not have the chunk that other feature-rich video doorbells have. At the bottom is the speaker, while at the top is the catch release mechanism. An important point here is that the mechanism requires a really long SIM tray opening style pin, so although it doesn't look that secure, With this elongated pin, it should be difficult to remove without the tool. To the rear we have the on-off button and 2 screws for the hardwire connections, of which connection wires are provided. Below this is a waterproof cover that conceals the USB charging port and micro SD slot. The chime that is sold separately is 85mm tall by 67mm wide and 28mm thick. To the rear is the loudspeaker, while on the sides are the controls for the volume, chime selection and configuration or pairing. Reolink are famous for their ease of setup, and the battery video doorbell is no exception. I'll assume that you already have the app downloaded and created an account. Link in the description to the app. Also make sure that you have fully charged your video doorbell. Now press the plus icon in the top right hand corner. Scan the QR code on the rear of the device. Select if you are using a standalone or with a home hub. In my case, I'll be selecting the home hub. A warning message will appear about sharing options in relation to the home hub. Press confirm. Confirm that the device will be on the same LAN as the home hub. You'll be asked to power on the device if you have not already done so. This is the button on the rear of the device between the permanent power screw connections. Press next. The prompt will assume that the device will need to be reset. Press the power button 3 times and wait until you hear the voice prompt. Select that you've heard the voice prompt and press next. Now you'll need to hold the displayed QR code in front of the video doorbell camera. Confirm that you have heard the voice prompt and press next. You should see a confirmation that the video doorbell is now connected to the home hub. Press next. After initialization, give it a name and press next. The app will take you through some mounting instructions. Now technically you are done, but I would recommend that you go through the notification setup, as this will guide you through the process so that you don't need to go back and configure it later on. Now if you want to integrate the doorbell with Home Assistant in seconds, check out the video in the pop-up above. Opening the app, you see a snapshot from the camera, but you need to click on it to make it a live view. Loading time is pretty quick at under 2 seconds, even though it's going through the home hub. However, this is network dependent, so your mileage might vary. From the live preview, you can pause the video, mute the sound, take a snapshot, or start a video recording. Change the resolution and quality from clear, balanced, or fluent, although I kept it on fluent for smooth playback. You can expand the view to full screen, although with an aspect ratio of 1:1, you don't get much more real estate. Here you can also use the quick replies, and by tapping on the talk for two-way communication to start a conversation, with response times having a 1 to 2 second delay on my network. And you can also play back recordings. Pressing the cog icon in the live view screen, you have access to all the usual controls associated with the Reolink range. Now there are all the usual features here of display characteristics, including the ability to flip horizontal and vertical or turn on HDR. In the sound menu, you can turn off sound of the audio recordings, set the volume, add a sound to pressing the doorbell, and download quick replies. Light has information relating to the button LED, infrared lights, and the button light ring. Chime allows for options to ring the doorbell with existing Chime, Home Hub, Alexa, and Google. Also, of course, you can automate this with Home Assistant. Then you get all the usual PIR motion detection options for person, vehicle, and this time with package, with all the settings as per the usual Reolink cameras. So you're well covered to configure specifically how you like it. Thanks to the 2K picture quality and HDR, the video quality is excellent, even in difficult lighting conditions. In the first example, this was at 7 AM in the morning in the summer months when the sunrise was at 6 AM. Although the light levels were low, the person can be clearly made out. The colors are accurate and not oversaturated. The motion is set to balanced and there is little to no ghosting. Remember, these are stock settings and can be enhanced to your personal preferences. In the second example, this was at 4 PM in the afternoon, but it was a very cloudy, gloomy, hazy day. Yes, we even get these in Australia.
Testing the microphone at 60 centimeters, off to the right, off to the left.
The sound quality is good, more on that later, and the picture quality is much improved, even under these conditions. The third example was taken at night time after the sun went down. The device does not have the astonishing Color X system that makes night look like daytime. Check out the video for the Atlas PT Ultra in the pop-up above for this astonishing camera, the best solar-powered battery camera on the market currently. As such, you get the usual grayscale results. These do suffer from white scale blowouts, but thanks to the onboard AI image processing, this is kept to a minimum. Image quality is good considering the aperture and the available light. Hopefully in the next iteration, the Color X will be included into this device. Now at the start, I said there were known issues with the Reolink battery video doorbell, and that's why the channel has not reviewed up to this point. The first of these relates to sound. On early versions, it would seem that the microphones were still covered by the protective plastic cover. This resulted in very poor audio quality. There was a simple fix for this that Rio suggested using a pin to break the plastic seal. Thankfully, this has now been resolved and the sound quality is excellent. The second issue related to video recordings. Previously, when you started a video recording, it would record for a short period of time and then stop. Now with the new firmware, this has been resolved. Pressing the record button now records for as long as you would like, or until the battery or space runs out. Although I stopped my recording after 5 minutes. Outside of these issues, I'm not aware of any other issues that affect the standard operation. So the Reolink battery-powered video doorbell, what do I think? Well, my current recommended security system is Reolink, but I'll try to keep this objective and not subjective. Battery life is excellent, especially considering the AI that is on board and not pushing it out to the cloud. Although maybe we'll get a solar option in the next iteration. Image quality is very good, especially considering this is a 2K camera, which is on par with other 4K video doorbells. The AI detection is very impressive and offers a lot of flexibility. In fact, probably too much, as it can get a little complex with the multiple different options. Making the chime an option to keep the cost down is genius, as is using an extra long release tool. This is engineering at its best, simple and effective. And I kept the best for last. No subscriptions. In fact, you'll be hard pushed to find any subscription, but if you want off-device cloud storage for your videos, then Reolink will happily sell you cloud storage. But there really is no point with on-device storage, hub, and FTP for off-prem storage. So would I recommend the battery-powered video doorbell? Yes. This is now my daily driver and my recommended option, at least until another manufacturer brings along something better or Reolink brings out the V2. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then hit that like button, comment and share. And if you'd like to have access to similar material, then subscribe or maybe become a channel member and get early access to material plus other perks. And if I've helped you make a purchasing decision, then maybe a super thanks or a PayPal donation. It's really appreciated. Until the next one.